We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Hey, everybody. I am Trisha Mann Grant, and you are here this month, the entire month of February. And yes, it is Black History Month, too, so we are definitely going to give that some love. But this is also the Man Talk special edition here on Gospel Rhythms. And yeah, I know it's different. I'm seated somewhere different. You don't see Ro, but let me tell you something. Ro is right behind that camera, and she's doing her thing as a producer would do. She says hi and what's up, and she might even bob her head in here at some point during this entire month, one of these shows. But I got to tell you something. I've got a group of guys on here I'm so excited to talk to, and they look like they have some information for the ladies. So, all right, do me a favor, call somebody, tweet SOS, go knock on the neighbor's door, shout it out across the street, do the ghetto thing like you do sometimes. It's okay. We love you. God bless you. And let them know that we've got the men on, and they're going to be talking relationships. Now, there's another special lady that is joining us today. She is also my co-host, co-producer today, because she actually got these guys here. Her name is Jennifer Lee. She's a beautiful, beautiful actress and writer and motivational speaker. And let me just tell you some things about her really, really quickly. Jennifer Lee is calling me on the phone. Yes, Jesus, is that you? Hold on real quick, please. That's actually my daughter, and I'm going to text her during a break, or when y'all can't actually see me with the phone underneath the table texting. All right, here we go. Jennifer Lee is a vibrant, free-spirited native from the beautiful island of Bermuda. She ventured to the U.S. a few years ago to pursue a doctorate in psychology, an endeavor that was abruptly interrupted by the discovery of her passion for storytelling. Since then, she has professionally worked on an array of projects, including, but not limited to, commercials, film, television, print ads, runways, catalogs, music, and production. She has also had numerous opportunities to apply her talent in the hosting arena, all while gracing the Oscar stage as a trophy girl. That's right, girl. I've been there. Did they pay you good?
They did.
Okay, at least you got paid. Last year, Jennifer Lee formed a company called JR Empower, which is a platform that she uses to collaborate with other organizations in order to inform, inspire, and ignite a supreme desire in individuals about the law of attraction and their power within. All right, Jennifer, welcome very much to the show. Honey.
Thank you, Trisha.
Thank you for getting these guys here.
I know.
We have to introduce them.
Yes, we do.
We
These lovely young men.
They are wonderful. In fact, the guy that is sitting next to your left, his name is Thomas Kennedy. And he currently serves as event coordinator for Celebrity Wine Run. Ooh, I like that Moscato sometimes, because Jesus did drink some wine, y'all. He really did. We talked about that last time. And a wine festival that features a 5K race. That's pretty good. No wonder you're so healthy. This festival will visit 10 U.S. cities in 2017. Thomas, commonly known as Tommy, recently returned home to Los Angeles after serving 25 years for a nonviolent drug offense. He was found guilty of being the kingpin of an international drug organization. With that baby face, you actually were the kingpin. You look so innocent and sweet. His sentence was life, which meant he would die in prison. My God. He couldn't accept that reality, and after years of studying law, he discovered his avenue to freedom. While in prison, he would also discover he had a talent for writing, a talent for penning what Mama said. This short story would win a contest search and be published in the best-selling book, Right Words at the Right Time, Atria Books, 2006. Now, Tommy would agree to donate his portion of the profits to Children's Jude Hospital. And discovering he had skills to write, that became his escape. And so he wrote 25 novels. My goodness. Congratulations.
One a year.
All right. My God, that's awesome. I just finished one book. It took me 17 years. All right. 3 self-help books and 15 movie scripts while incarcerated. Man, I'm so proud of you. He would pitch the A-game concept from his book, The Turning Point Method, to the officials of prison. And self-awareness classes were created for him to teach the concept. The movie about Tommy's life promises to be enlightening as well as exciting, which is currently being written. He stresses that the message the movie should teach is things not to do. Love it, love it.
And the name of the movie is Black Kingpin.
Black Kingpin. When are you shooting that?
They still currently working on it.
All right, we're
It's
going to
not
talk
even
about
production yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
Congrats. That's awesome. Okay. Yay! Woo-hoo. He Henry Butler, I want to pick up that mic. How you doing, Henry Butler? He's so cool. He's so smooth. Henry Butler married for 21 years.
22, 22.
22?
This
Okay.
year,
Hey,
22.
hold on. Let me change this. I
Yeah.
just need it for future
Make that
reference.
official.
Okay, I put a big old 2 right there. Okay, it's official. Wait, when's your anniversary?
It just passed.
Huh?
That's why it's 22.
Happy
Congratulations.
anniversary!
Thank
Yay! 22 years, y'all. That's amazing. Whew, in this day and age, especially in this business. To the lovely and talented Leah Daniels Butler, casting director to the sensational hit show Empire, and was the inspiration Lee Daniels, the director and co-creator of Empire, used when it came to creating characters and storylines for the nighttime soap opera that has piled on ratings with its tales of treachery, gunplay, drug trafficking, ooh, all this drug stuff, and gangsterism. And Leah and 1195, that's the production company.
Yep.
All right.
That's the year we was married.
That's the year you were married. Ah, I love it. I love it. In addition to Empire, Henry also has a production deal with Gary Goddard Entertainment and is currently COO of LDB Casting. Henry has these following projects in production: K-Day, the movie; Hood, TV project; Untitled animated TV series. You guys about to get a lot of calls and everything. People going to want to come audition. They're casting. And LDB, Fox, Empire, and Star, BT's Being Mary Jane, and The Quad. Yeah, that looks like a hot show. I can't wait to talk to you about that.
It is a hot show.
And many more. Father of 5. Good Lord, y'all didn't take a break, huh?
4 boys, all
went
grown,
in.
so I know a lot about relationships.
Yeah, you should. You should have a PhD. Now, to my right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you remember that wonderful group Next. And this young man, Prince Raphael. I had it. Raphael, I had it the right time.
Right, yeah.
Raphael. Okay, Prince Raphael, go on and tell him about yourself. Say your full name for me.
Well, I'm Prince Raphael Shawan, and I'm Prince because God is king. God is very much alive, and I'm from the group Next. People know me as Tweet, and had the pleasure of being here. Thank you to Jennifer for inviting me. I'm currently, as I said, with Next. We're in our 20th year. It's our 20-year anniversary. We have 42 new songs that we'll be releasing this year, and we're going on a reunion tour because we just got back together. If you follow our group, we weren't together for a while. But also, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a father. I'm a loyal, devoted boyfriend to my wifey, and those are my main jobs. I'm really proud of those things. And I'm also an entrepreneur. I work with a few different companies, and my main company is Best Life Ever Team. It's a worldwide VIP lifestyle company. And
Awesome.
if you're interested in getting involved in that, you can hit me up at prs@bestlifeeverteam.com. And I can help you get on the road to financial freedom.
Thank you. Thank you. Woo! Now, ladies and gentlemen, these are the guys you see at the table, but we do have more guys in the studio, okay? We've got Guy D. Williams, who's an actor. I did a show with him, Ferguson, which we're going back out on tour with in March. And we just shot a movie where we played cops. I was a good cop, too, but he was really a good cop. He's a detective, actually. And so Guy will be on the show. And then we have Nage, which Jennifer is going to tell us a little bit about. Do you have that?
Oh, yes.
No, just, yeah.
Oh.
Go ahead.
When he gets on?
Yeah, when he gets on. But we've
Okay.
got Nage
Yes.
and who else is back
We got
there?
Craig.
Craig
Davis
Craig
back there.
Davis. Hey, Craig, I can see you. So that you guys know, these guys are here with us, and they'll be coming on as well. But right now, we want to talk to these brothers, and we're going to jump right in. Ladies and gentlemen, I know Gospel Rhythms, we're usually talking about other things, but this time it is about relationships. This time it's about women and what the men think. So I had them highlight some things. And the first thing that I saw highlighted, I don't know which one of you guys did this one, but double standards in gender.
That's a good one.
So since you said that's good first, Prince Raphael, we're going to start with you. What is your take on double standards in gender?
I think double standards is another definition for selfishness. People like to do things and they only recognize it when it happens to them. So double standards shouldn't be allowed. I mean, if you can dish it, you should be able to take it. If you follow one rule right now, when it's pertaining to you, it should be the same rule. So I don't really deal with double standards, being that I'm a father. I realize that my kids don't do what I say, they do what I do. So I focus on practicing what I preach, and I'm accountable for what I do. So I don't really practice the double standard life, but I haven't always been this way. And life humbling me and putting me in positions where I had to eat my own words, and I didn't stand by what I was saying, and I wasn't, you know, a man of my word. I had to live with some of my choices. Like, I remember back when I was younger, when I got in some relationships, and I used to be like really hard on the girl I was dating, basically like, carry yourself a certain way. If guys talk to you, it should be this way. But then women talk to me, I'm like, come on, man, I'm loyal. I ain't doing nothing. You should be all right with that. That's wrong,
Yeah,
and it shouldn't be that way.
That's a good topic too. We'll come on that
Oh, wow,
because when men
I'm
being
out of that
accused of
conversation.
cheating and you not doing nothing. Now the interesting thing about double standards for me and my husband is if I feel that there's a double standard, his thing is, we'll talk about that later. Let's deal with the subject at hand. So when it comes to double standards and the topic or the subject matter, Henry, being brought up, and your spouse or whoever else in the relationship in the past wants to go off on something else that they feel was a double standard, how do you feel about that? Jumping topics.
Oh, jumping topics?
Hmm.
We don't do that. I don't believe in jumping topics because when you jump topics, it's like you're not dealing with the problem. And what I don't mind doing is going back to what started the problem and start there. But to go off on a whole other different topic, we're not gonna do that. But we will go back to how did it start and start from there, so we can make sense of why it's there now. So, and I heard him say like, double standards, and I don't too much have double standards with my wife, but I do kind of have double standards with my kids. And when he said that, I was like, oh, okay.
Right, it goes all the way around.
Yeah, but I do have double standards with my kids, but with my wife, we pretty much like, again, what's fair is fair. If you do it, or if I want to do it, and you want to do it, I mean, everybody grown, number one, but you got to respect people's. Like, I don't try to change nobody. Either I like you for who you are, or I don't, and that's how I feel about relationships. Either we get along or we don't.
And I guess y'all get along because you've been together for 22 years, praise
Lord.
God. All right, Thomas, I see you down there being all quiet. Talk to me now. What is it? What do you feel about the whole double standard situation with genders?
Well, since we're on a gospel show, I might as well stir it up. The Bible says
All right now.
that she is the lesser vessel. So since she's the lesser vessel, sometimes she forgets her role. Because, it takes, in a relationship, everybody should have their role. And if you play your role, then you won't have a double standard. When she starts trying to put the pants on and take your role, now the man probably feels a little agitated that his role is being taken by somebody who maybe don't deserve it. Or maybe
Look at Raphael. He can't hold it. He's got something to say.
but we're on a gospel rhythm show, so I'm just giving you what
I
the
just don't want you to
Lord
say
said.
it. Oh, well, you can definitely do that. That's good. We need that too. I want you guys, keep it real. Go ahead.
I believe in the word, and I don't always practice the word, but I believe in it and I know it.
Right.
I might not always live it, but when he say that, he's right what it says. But I got to get off into kind of a race thing now, and I don't mean to be racy, and I'm not prejudiced, but I am pro-black, but sometimes, and the way America is built right now for black men. Sometimes we need our women to wear the pants sometimes to sneak them in so we can get in. I'm just keeping it 100.
Oh, so you trying to pimp us?
No, I'm not trying to. It's not a pimp thing. But it's a strategic thing.
Okay, Jennifer, what do you think about that?
No, it's a strategic thing, especially in the business I'm in.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm this big black guy walking in the office, and my wife is this nice little sweet girl they like.
Right,
So,
and she can help open the door for you and bring you in.
So
Teamwork. I got
sometimes,
you
with
You gotta
wearing the
switch it up.
pants,
Sometimes you do.
because of the
A
way
little
things are
bit.
now, it's not
Yeah.
the same. It's not. It's not.
Right.
It's not the same.
Yeah, well, nowadays, because women have so many powers or position of power, rather,
Right.
we are able to do that.
And they have agenda for black men, and they have agenda for black women.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, if you fall for it the wrong way, your family can be tore up. But if
Okay.
you understand what's going on and you see what's going on and you're able to maneuver through it and not, like even with me right now, I went to jail. I don't know if you know, but I went to jail. I only been out of prison myself for 2 years.
I know your mom was telling me about
And
that last time we talked. That you
yeah.
went to jail. No, just kidding. I don't know.
My mom always
I
my mama talk too much. I be telling her about that. Ooh.
Okay.
But
So, wow.
and with me getting out of prison, I had to take the back seat to a lot of things, and my wife get a lot of praises, and she's honored all the time, but only people who actually know us know that it's a machine behind that,
Right.
and but I don't care about. I care about the success and where we move into the family. I don't care about none of that. I'm
So
not.
you don't mind being behind the scenes. Let's veer off a little bit, okay, on that because there are relationships where the woman may be out there. There are female celebrities, and then their husbands. And I've seen celebrity relationships actually fail because the husband couldn't handle all the attention that the wife was getting. So in a man's mind, just help us women out a little bit. You already said you're cool with that because you're the machine. You don't mind. You don't need to have the spotlight. What about the guy that does like the attention, or he's either used to it and now things have changed? What do you think about
It's
that?
probably not going to work. Just realistically, if he's in a situation where he doesn't want to support his significant other having a spotlight, it's not going to work. I mean, real is real. If the universe has blessed her with the spotlight and you truly love her, then it shouldn't be an issue with that. And you should be able to support her just as she would support you. I mean, life happens in phases. Just because someone's up today doesn't mean that you won't be up tomorrow. She needs to, play the back to your situation. So, I mean, being humble and showing humility and showing support to the person that you love, it shouldn't be overridden by ego and by stereotypes or tradition. And I mean, we live in a day and age where
Tradition.
people don't people aren't really following laws of tradition. I mean, look at the millennials. I wish you would tell one of these young girls that she got to play her role. The role will be gone, and she'll be gone with the next person that wouldn't be about that. And I mean, I'm speaking because I have kids that are almost 21 years old. So when I speak, I'm speaking to them too. I'm trying to help them understand that, have your stuff together, but be with someone who has their stuff together.
Right.
I mean, I look at life like you take the topic of a gold digger. A gold digger is only wrong when they're not bringing to the table what they're asking for from someone else. See, there's nothing wrong with connecting with someone that's doing well. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you're doing well. You can't ask for 110% from someone if you're giving 30%. That's
Yeah,
just
but
not fair.
Gold diggers are usually just totally self-motivated, from what I know.
No,
I don't know.
but that's true for some people. But some gold diggers are really bringing something to the table. They've gone to school. They are lawyers. They're doctors, and they want to get with a man who has his stuff together as well.
But is that a gold digger?
No, it's not. But they will be called that, regardless of what their title is. If they're with a person who's in the limelight, they will be called that. Do some research on it. There's a few women out there that are going through that right now. I'm
Yeah.
speaking on experience and people that I know.
That's terrible.
Like my daughter, I have a daughter. My daughter's 30 years old, and because of the lifestyle she lives, she's not willing to take nothing less. And it's hard for people. It's hard to. And she's not a gold digger because at the end of the day, if they don't give it to her, she's gonna call us and she's gonna get it anyway. So, she do expect it to be treated and taken care of, but she works and everything. But at the same time, she don't care about a purse because if she called me and asked me for a purse, I'm gonna buy her the purse.
Right.
So,
And that's fair.
so
So she's used to daddy doing this. So when it comes time for husband, she's gonna expect husband to buy that purse. Well, my daddy did it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with
It's not.
No.
giving
Like
to our children and also for daddies to date their daughters. I think there's nothing wrong with that because you want to show them this is what a man should do. Yes, he should open the door. Yes, he should treat
That's
you
the
like a
only
lady.
reason me and my daughter get along. I fought her for years trying to be a daddy, and then one day I just said, I bought her flowers and took her to the mall and went to the movies with her. And then ever since then, she tells me stuff I don't even want to hear. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it started like that. I
We
mean,
got
I
two
literally,
calls now.
I literally like, I literally like, I was a wreck. Like, I really didn't know what to
Right.
do. Like, for real, for real. And then
For real.
I just like, dang, like people like me. Why my daughter don't like me? So I treat her like I treat everybody else and stop
Right.
trying to be a daddy.
Right,
And
right.
she liked me.
They hate it when we tell them what to do. Thomas, I know you got something down there you've been itching to
Yeah,
say.
I don't. On the subject of the woman having a spotlight, that has nothing to do with the her playing her role. She can have the spotlight, but when she comes home, she knows who's in charge. I mean, so to speak, because if
He
you
going back to the Bible.
no, I have
I
to
was about
go.
to say the head
We
of the
don't,
household.
but we
the
don't
man.
gospel rhythm, so I want to stay. I want to keep it.
You want to keep
Yeah,
it
your
biblical? I
audience,
am
your
not
audience,
mad
your
at you for
audience
keeping it
want to
biblical.
hear what I
But-
got to say
right.
about her in the
Yes.
spotlight, and now she comes home, she knows what she's supposed to do at home. Because I know Henry's relationship, I see Leah, and Leah is very, and she's got to shine most of the time.
She's driven.
Yeah. So, but she's very respectful to Henry as a
Mhm.
man. If you would see that relationship, you would know what I'm talking about because people are probably like, "Oh, they got a male chauvinist on there today," but not that, not that at all. It's the fact that we just know our roles, and then if we know our roles, the relationship lasts 22 years. But if we don't know our roles, then we're gonna consider her a gold digger maybe because
Yeah.
now all she wants is my money and she don't want to do nothing for it. Or I may be a gold digger because I just want her money and I don't want to do nothing for it. But when we come together in a meeting of the minds and we decide how our relationship is going to go, because really what we're supposed to be doing in a relationship is expanding each other. So if we begin to expand, see, and I had relationships in prison and I would expand her, but she could never expand me because she wasn't capable. So now that's all I look for in a relationship. I just look for somebody that can expand me. And then once we expanding each other, then we just gonna go to this glorious place in a relationship that nobody else can interfere with because they can't even get there. They can't even get to our moon.
Okay, now before Jennifer interjects, because she's been a little quiet, she's been listening intently. Let me ask you. You mentioned being in prison and having a relationship. How long did that last? What was that like?
Oh, they when I left, I had probably two baby mamas. so so
How
they
do you do that from prison?
So no, I had the babies already. So they would travel to come see me, and then not only them, I had other friends too. So eventually, one would fall off, the other one would pick up. One would fall off, the other one would pick up. So everybody became their name would either become Nicole or their name would become Yolanda because they
Wow.
were just falling off and picking up. But the whole time I was just trying to expand them, and then one of my baby mothers became a sommelier, expert wine connoisseur. Another one became has a chain of beauty nail salons.
So they got themselves
They
together.
did
and
here,
rose on
and
to
I
the
heard
top.
my brother Prince say that he's about economic empowerment. So that's what I'm about. To push
Wow.
them to economic empowerment,
Absolutely.
and some people can't go there.
Okay.
They can't get there.
They can't get there. Jennifer,
Yes.
what as a female, just hearing the dialogue between the guys, is there anything you agree with, disagree with? Represent for the ladies out there that are listening.
Yes. Well, as far as gold diggers, I don't believe in them. I feel like when a man has his stuff together, or a woman, or whoever, it shows as a representation of their mind frame and how they think. And so that's very important to me personally. So I don't know. I just feel like a man that has things going on in his life, nice car, let's say a house, a little cash. I mean, that's attractive because it lets me know that his thought process got him there. Guy on the bus, under the bridge. It's just not quite so much.
Let me say this real quick, Henry.
Oh boy.
Now, I know a lot of women do think like that, and I'm sure my husband doesn't mind me telling this story because he once, before he got with me, was doing amazing and out there and all over. He's with As Yet. I know you know about the
Yep,
group As
yep.
Yet. And so things changed for him. When we got together, he had already given everything to his ex and really didn't have anything, but I loved him, and I didn't care, and I didn't. But I still didn't want to tell my friends because I knew my friends would be like, "Oh, you so stupid."
But did he have
This man
vision?
can't- Oh, he had
He had
vision,
vision.
and he had drive.
Yeah.
And I just knew in my spirit, and I just knew in my heart, he was going to be all right. So what I was looking at was there's really nothing, we can build together from at this very second. But I know that down the road, I was looking in the future, and now he is like through the roof, back again, back on top, and God is just blessing him, blessing him, blessing him, just one amazing thing after another.
Right.
So, sometimes I think that women miss out on a really amazing man because they're so busy looking at what he has or doesn't.
But I
have.
think that the women that look for that, they will get that. So a woman that is
course.
looking beyond that physicalness, then they will find what you have. But there are women out there that are attracted to that, and that does represent, like I said, a mind frame from the guy. And so if that's their focus, then they will do well with him also.
Okay, Henry, I know you got something to say.
Yeah, because I have a lot of female friends, and they call me like about everything, like and a lot of them got it going on, like they working but they're single. They got homes, they got a lot of things.
But they're single.
They're single. You know what I'm saying?
So are they unhappy single with all this money? Because people think money
no,
brings
no.
happiness.
See, they're not
No.
they're not unhappy, but they're in their 40s, so they feel like that their clock is ticking. Like I'm saying, like I gotta figure it. And some of them, a lot of them don't. A few of them don't have kids, and I have a conversation with them all the time about I'm trying to find this guy, and I want somebody. I said, listen. You ain't found him yet. He's not there because you're looking for the wrong dude. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, like you said, it's that guy that, maybe you're the missing piece to make his life complete, to make him go through the move. You might be the gas in the car to make it go. You don't know. Like, you got to get that dude that shot. Like, and one of them actually listens to me, and she called me all the time every day. And she'd be like, yo, I'm so happy you told me. I'm like, yeah, like, it's just the guy you was looking for. I want a guy that don't got no kids. I said, you're 40. What guy don't have kids? What you want? You want Chris Brown got kids. He's 20. So
Right.
But see, I like what Trisha said. What Trisha said earlier. She had a gut feeling. So it's not just accepting whoever is available. It's about like really feeling into the decision, for that guy.
Yeah, because money. Listen, I can count more times just being broke than having money. Just 22 years.
Okay.
Hey, what about what about the right person for you? Has anybody ever thought about that? Focusing on the right person for you?
But since you talked about biblical,
but
let's go biblical in accordance to what he said too, and then we'll get to
I'm
that.
gonna take you to another place.
Okay.
My vision board in prison, and putting the right person for me on my vision board.
I did one of those.
Yeah, and I focused
Me
on
too.
that.
You did one too.
I focused on that. And I
don't want to know.
I think the right person is probably coming into my life, because that's how I got myself out of prison too.
Right.
I meditated first,
and
then I went and learned how to do law.
Right.
And then my lawyers had zapped me of all the money. The relationships were gone.
You got a testimony, brother.
Of
We're gonna have
course.
to talk to you. But
No, just read Black Kingpin.
The word, and I know that we want to also veer off on different faiths and what you guys, views are on that as well. It says, "A man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing."
Yes, correct.
And the wonderful thing about that is that your daughters, if they just realize you're not the one that's supposed to be looking. He's
Right.
supposed to find you. And I've said this on the show before a long time ago, and I think Another Man Talk. It says, a man that findeth a wife, and before I said the same thing, you already got to be in wife mindset, in wife mode, to be found by a good man too. And so that's really important. Guys, I know we need to get the other guys on here as well. So we're going to take a quick little break. I know you had something else you wanted to say.
Oh, I had a few things, but I'm patient. I'll be here.
You'll be here. We'll come back with that. Thank you guys so much. Gosh, I wish we could talk a lot longer. Hey, y'all, I'm Trisha Mann Grant. I am sitting here with some fantastic guests today on Gospel Rhythms, America Talk Live. And yes, this is your special Man Talk edition with my girl, Jennifer Lee. I'll be right back. What's up, guys?
Encourage other believers to keep holding on, catching the vision and we making it plain. We the head, not the tail, so we won't complain. Here to lift up the downcast and the broken hearted, changing lives with the truth, so let's get it started. We got the word, music, entertainment, life. You can catch catch us on the air every Sunday night with special guests, the news, and interesting stories. A platform for the kingdom to give God the glory. Worldwide, and we live on the Ustream. What you know about the Gospel Rhythms magazine? But God's in it, you don't gotta chase dreams. You need to check us out and see what we mean.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Hi, I'm Ro Williams, and I would like to invite you to join GospelRhythms.com every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our show, GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio. Join us as we celebrate Christians around the world in all genres of entertainment, as well as highlight interest stories on men and women who are making a difference and impacting their community. So don't forget to tune in to GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio exclusively on LATalkLive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes under R&B or watch us live on Ustream TV. We are reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio on LATalkLive.com. We're more than just talk. We're heaven's party here on earth.
Hi, this is WDC.
And this is Robert Lamar.
Inviting you to join us every Saturday, 2 p.m. Pacific for Scholar Me Live.
Join us as we bring you weekly sports highlights,
Interviews with student athletes, coaches and pros,
Song of the Week,
contest giveaways,
Scholar Me Female and Male Students of the Week.
So don't forget to tune into the #1 social network,
The sporty and sexy Scholar Me Live, Saturdays, 2 p.m. Pacific.
exclusively on LATalkLive.com.
And the American Talk Live Broadcast Network.
Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure.
This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Join the mob, 3 p.m. Pacific, each and every Friday from Los Angeles today. Purple nights and golden days. Ooh, he's so LA.
What up, LA? It's Mr. Vaughn, inviting you to join me every Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific, for Los Angeles Today.
Coming live and direct from LA Talk Live. Entertainment, sports, special guests, current events, and the hottest and latest in LA. This is where the twist goes down daily. Boss up with us. Boss up with us each and every Friday on LA Talk Live. You can also catch us on iTunes R&B or check us out live on LATalks.com. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. This is LA Talks Live, and we're more than just talk.
Stay getting that work from California. And all the killers, they show me love in California. You're a rich girl.
Want to enrich in your radio listening? Do it now with the new WDC radio show, LA Talk Live's new talk rock radio show, Saturdays 4 p.m. Pacific, filled with news, talk, sports, entertainment, and more. Tune in as we fill your weekend with rock and funk from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and today. WDC radio show. Listen as we kick off the new generation of radio with talk, rock, and funk. The all-new WDC radio show, Saturdays 4 p.m. Pacific on LA Talk Live.
What's going on? Through it all, gospel rhythm still going strong. Trusting God when it's good or when it's going wrong. Encourage other believers to keep holding on. Catching the vision and we making it plain. We the head, not the tail, so we won't complain. Here to lift up the downcast and the broken hearted. Changing lives with the truth, so let's get it started. We got the word, music, entertainment, light. You can catch us on the air every Sunday night with special guests, the news, and interesting stories. A platform for the kingdom to give God glory.
You guys, we're back. Excuse me a moment there. And we've got all these wonderful guys here. I've got some bios that I have here on my phone. And because, see, this young man next to me, let me tell you something about him. This one is is such a good actor, and he's in Ferguson, Pichanda Dubosa's Ferguson with me, and it'll be coming up. We're going to be in Knoxville, Tennessee, and Atlanta, March 17th through the 19th, Atlanta, and North Carolina, Charlotte, I believe. Yeah, Charlotte, 17th, 18th, and 19th. 19th in Knoxville, Tennessee. His name is Guy. Guy Williams was born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. He was also involved with the theater in his youth. He attended Morehouse College, all you Morehouse men out there, yeah, where upon receipt of his college degree, he was commissioned as a naval officer. Upon serving his commitment, he promptly moved to Los Angeles to further his training in the arts and to pursue his acting career. Guy has appeared on stage, commercials, music videos, movies, and TV, and shows such as Mad TV, Shark and Vegas, and what is that, Suburgatory? Wow, that sounds like an interesting show. He's a music lover and plays a little guitar and keyboard. He enjoys eating great southern dishes. You just had to talk about some food, and I'm sitting here hungry.
Yes.
I really appreciate that right now. A good cup of coffee and a game of chess. Nice. Guy is currently represented by, you sound like you're doing a dating online. Like you're trying, okay. Anybody out there interested? No, I'm just joking. Guy is currently represented by Michael Zanuck and Apple Talent. You better get that out there, Apple Talent Agency. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll shoot right back down there to Jennifer, who's going to mention the nice young man sitting next to her, Nage. Uh-oh. Oh, there you go.
There you go. Nate, how long we've known each other?
I think it's like 7 years, maybe. I'm not even sure.
Wow,
I
it's
feel
a
like I've
long
known you
time.
forever.
I know, right? Yes, Nage right here, a very good friend of mine. Nage's purpose, your purpose in life, his purpose in life is to provide physical, spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical healing, right? For all those that choose to be free of fear, which is false evidence appearing real. His purpose is to create a deep inner peace worldwide filled with self-love and joy that will dissolve and integrate the pain of the past that habitually robs us all from fulfilling our future and loving relationships. Nej Navo has a degree in psychology, just like myself, and is currently finishing a book on how to break the spell of fear. Nage is a life coach, a hands-on healer. He specializes in emotional body healing, which leads to perfect health and age reversal. All you women out there want to know about that, huh? Age reversal.
I want to know about some age reversal. All right.
Yes.
Nice. Is that it for Nage?
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah,
Nage.
yeah.
I like the way he's sitting there just kind of, like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
That's him. Okay. And next to Nage, we have Craig. Craig, what's your last name? What's Craig's last name? Davis. Okay. All right. And he says, my company is by Human Design, which includes publishing books designed to bring about complete wellness to the users and personal care products designed to do the same. I was born in Los Angeles and went to Morehouse College, another Morehouse man in the house, finishing with an accounting and marketing degree. I've worked for Cross Colors, assisting in the marketing department. He's written for The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Jamie Foxx, you go boy. And he's just finished a 3-volume coloring book series. Oh, I love coloring. I was really, well, back in the day. Yeah, and new packaging for Buddha Butter and Joshua Originals, 2 personal skincare products relaunching this spring. In the future, I'm looking to produce a television series, he says, designed to encourage the enrollment of Black students attending an HBCU in their future. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the other guys that have joined the show today with us, with Henry Butler here and with Prince Raphael also, who is with us. So guys, I know we talked about double standards. We talked about your daughters and everything, and you all were listening to what we were discussing, but I think we should move on to another topic. How about that? But I know what it was. My producer Ro, who's still with us, she said something about, hey Ro, she said something about the role. Now I know Thomas, he's still here, but Thomas did say the woman's role. Who wants to really define what you think the woman's role is?
Is this the Bible's definition?
This is y'all's definition.
I can
Just
take
clarifying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead, guys.
Go ahead.
I think there's a lot of confusion today about what a strong woman is. Mm-hmm. And I grew up in a household with my grandmother and my mother, very strong women, but they were very supportive. and they were healers, and their counsel was valued. But the woman's role, the man is going to take the brunt, the umbrella. He's like the protector. He's like the roof, as you said earlier. He's going to take the brunt of all the abuse that comes his way, especially the black men today. We're gonna wear a lot on our crown, and the woman's role is to be the salve to give us the strength, that word of encouragement in the ear, like, baby, I got you. I'm your back. I'm your backbone. I'm your neck. You the head, but I'm the neck. So,
She's
so
the
that's what it is.
nurturer,
Yeah, she's the
basically.
nurturer. She's the healer.
Okay.
She's. I mean, really, she's everything.
So is it a problem though? I think the last time when we were discussing in the first part of the show, you guys didn't seem to have a problem, Henry, with the women being strong. Craig, do you think that's okay for the women to be strong and step up to the plate and take on what you all might consider the male position?
Well, I think the new relationships, there's a lot of children that are being born without the father present in the household. So what happens is the woman has to make up for that lack. So I think the new role has been a little bit more masculine in the absence of seeing strong male figures.
I agree.
Do you think that matters?
Yes.
Who said yes?
Absolutely.
All of you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
Nick, go ahead.
I coach a lot of football and like Pop Warner football, and it definitely matters because I get a lot of the single parents. It turns into me being the father figure for these guys, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna tell Coach Black. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like these guys when they come to practice, they be scared because their mother and told them they're gonna tell me. They all day they did whatever they were gonna do, but then they don't away football practice like, oh, I gotta
Now,
face.
now
I
you
gotta
have
face
dealt with a
male.
lot of young men, so I'm sure you can see, because I teach, and you can sometimes feel the energy of a young man who does not have a father or an uncle or a grandfather in the household. Can you sense that?
100%.
100%.
And I have four
right?
sons.
Because
So
children are sponges, right? And they assimilate to
What
what they
they-
see. And so if you're listening to your mother and your aunts and your grandmother argue and deal with things a certain way, these young boys start to become like their mothers, their grandmothers, and their aunts. And that energy doesn't bode well when you're with the fellas.
See,
Right?
fellas,
Exactly.
if we're saying that without having a male in the household is an issue for a child, and they're listening to us say that, there are children out there that absolutely don't have a male in the household. So it's almost like you're condemning the child, or
We're not condemning them. We
doing-
just telling
doing
the
them.
truth. Like what goes on in the house is that there's not a male. It's confusing. I mean, again, I'm not against gay. I don't care nothing about being against gay, but I think that when you raise a kid in a house that there's two men and you're saying you married, or two women and you're saying you're married, I think that confuses the kid. I'm not against you guys in your relationship, but I personally don't think it's fair to a kid to be confused and also have to go to school and deal, because kids are brutal. I work
They
with
really
them.
are.
I work with them. I play football with them. Sometimes I gotta keep from laughing at some of the stuff they say is so evil, but I had to like it'd be funny, and I had to act like I didn't hear it, or hide my face to laugh, because so those kids are suffering from that. People don't think they're suffering, but they are.
So, like I said, so you have a child in a household that does not have a father. So automatically, what you're saying is that they don't have a chance.
I'm
No,
not saying that.
that's-
I'm not saying that.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm the father to about 20 kids in my family.
So they have options.
Right.
If
They have
don't-
options.
So that's what. Yeah.
I represent, this is Tweet speaking, Prince. I represent the kid that grew up without a father in my household. And as you see me sitting
you're
here,
old man.
I found a way.
You're old man.
Thank you. I
All right.
appreciate that.
Yes.
You have to find a way to connect with things outside yourself, because it does leave a void and it does leave you searching. But you have to connect to things or people, men in your life, whether it's on television, on YouTube, or wherever. You have to connect to energy that you feel like you can grow from, or energy that represents where you want to go in life. So the fact that we have the internet today, there's no excuse for anyone. You can actually get a college degree by Googling things and figure it out. Now, will you have the paper? No, but you can acquire the knowledge
Information.
by using your time wisely and doing the search. And that's what I had to do. I didn't connect with my dad. I have a great relationship with my dad now, but it didn't come until after 20, 21 years old and some success.
And some people have fathers in their house
That are-
physically, but mentally their
They're
fathers are not
absent.
there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because because of what's going on and the relationship with the mother and the dad is physical there, but he's mentally removed himself away from that whole thing, including the kids.
So do you think that that is something that is good for the kid to be in that environment?
No.
No,
So okay.
Sometimes it's a blessing that the father isn't there because
Absolutely.
it leaves the
I was just
option
thinking
for
that.
that young boy to go and find what they feel is a strong man and the representation of a man or the role of a man. And you go outside yourself or outside your home and you can seek that. And maybe you have a friend who has a dad who's an awesome dad and you can learn from that. But sometimes it's detrimental to a child or a boy to have, or daughters, to have a man there and not be the best representation of a man or a father.
And what about the way that social media affects these kids? Because mom's out, she's gone, she's taking care of business, 2 or 3 jobs, and there is no father. Or it could be other ways. Because I know a lot of men that do raise kids without the mother. This social media thing. What do you guys think about that?
Well, really quickly, I just wanted to add before we move on. If you don't have a positive male role figure or model in the house, find one and get your son to spend time with him because kids will imprint
I agree.
with what they identify with.
Yeah. I
So
agree
get an
too.
uncle, a mentor, or somebody that you trust. Because I know if I had a daughter, I want her to spend time with my mom and my sisters because I've seen what they bring, and I can't teach her how to be a woman, so I want her to learn from them. That's all I want to say.
No, that's good. That's good stuff. And I thank God that my son had that, even though his father, I picked up and moved from Chicago, but we were already split. But still, he wasn't able to be really in his life. So he had like 3 really great guys, friends of mine, and then including the boyfriend, and now my husband. It's like, wow. I mean, not saying I got a boyfriend and a husband, the ex-boyfriend.
This is
I
a
was like,
Christian show.
we were
your husband is your boyfriend.
and my ex.
Your husband is your boyfriend.
Yes, he
So
is.
you just cheat on your husband with
Yes,
your
that's
boyfriend.
right. Isn't that fun?
That's role
There you
playing,
go.
guys.
That's role playing. But yeah, no, that's good stuff. But yeah, you guys, let's talk about the social media thing real quickly. Okay.
Craig?
Well, I just had a thought in reference to the dynamics between the father and the daughter. And I see that a lot of women that had a father that was either physically unavailable or emotionally unavailable kind of grows up to be a skeptic towards relationships and the men that they encounter in the future.
My daddy wasn't there from 10 till about 27. And at 27, I actually had a conversation with him. And I said, I forgive you. I forgive you for this, and that. Because he ended up believing in polygamy at one point. And so they had to get a divorce because my mom was like, how can I raise you in a house full of women and you see your father with all of them? So I didn't understand it at 10. But as I got older and understood it, and yeah, I did go through some, relationships here and there. But I think I turned out pretty good. So there is hope. And that comes from a faith base, too. My mom brought me up strongly in the church. So that definitely helped me out. So, but yeah, I feel you. Unfortunately, there are a lot of women that are so negatively affected because what they've seen happen to their dads. And they need a strong woman in their lives to, show them you can get through this, baby. You don't need to go left.
I agree. I think if a woman has a bad relationship with her father, dating will be a challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Because the example that's been set, there's already a lot of baggage there. There's a lot of resentment there. There's a lot of hostility. And I've seen it. Just like if a man has a bad relationship with his mother, that is a huge red flag. Not saying it's impossible.
It's a red flag,
but it's
though.
a red flag you have to be aware of. So you find someone who loves their father, a woman who loves and respects her father, and you're probably going to be in good shape.
Well, you know what? I love my father and respect him. I have a great relationship with my father. He was there in the household, and he was a huge blessing in my life and role model. But I guess I carry less baggage than the woman that probably didn't have a father. But I do see how you guys can say that because I really know how to appreciate a man through seeing my mother, my father, and just my father in my life, and that I extend that to the people in my life. So,
would you say that your dad being in your life, you had a greater level of self-love? that allowed everything to flow from that foundation.
I agree with that. I would say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was listening to everyone's comment, and one of the main things that um, we have to get back to is understanding there's a foundation that we all have grown up on, and many kids today, and that foundation is so fear based that it's almost impossible to have unconditional love for yourself.
Hmm.
So what I've
And you
found,
can't give what you don't have.
right,
Yeah.
and we have a system, let's just say multiple cultures in this world that are based around guilt and shame. And when people take in guilt and shame as children, they of course this is an internal pain that it begins its development. And as we get older, we've taken on so much guilt and shame
And regret.
that it literally, yes,
Yes. Regret.
it literally starts to break
Prince.
down. It starts to break down the cellular structure of our bodies, and we call it aging, but it's kind of decaying alive because we don't understand that our bodies are the physical expression of the creator.
Okay. So
He
you got
made
a lot of
us.
peace in you, obviously, because you look like you about 19, 20 years old.
He's 52.
And no, he's not. No, he's not, girl. I'll be like, what you taking? Give it to me now. Okay.
That's right.
But you use your holistic
Yeah.
practices for yourself, and you teach others how to keep the stress off of you so you don't look old.
It's really how to release it.
Oh, okay.
Because without knowing how to release it, I mean, it's just like a virus in a computer. It's just going to keep growing.
Okay, guys.
I think what Nage is saying is that the the most important relationship to have is the one with self.
Yes.
Oh, that's
thank
the
you.
main
Thank you.
relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that, because
And everything else is an extension.
Yeah, things fall
Yeah.
in place when you
Y'all keep these microphones to your mouth.
things fall in things fall in place.
I'm on microphone duty.
Okay, things fall in place when you have your self love. When you understand it's about developing self love, and we're here to master love and joy in a world that's designed to drain it. So a lot of things have been, you say, our relationships have been. Let's just say there's a foundation that if you followed it correctly, if you follow what the norm is, there's no way that can work. A lot of relationships are working out today because they're coming from a foundation of pure love, truth.
Right.
You know,
Beautiful.
a lot of
Yeah.
people are meeting their twin flames, and you got to be prepared, or you may make it really, really rough to get along. You treat a twin flame relationship like you would treat an unconscious relationship. It's going to behave almost the same way.
Okay, Prince Rayfield,
Okay.
you are itching to say something down here.
Oh, I
feel you.
mean,
feel you,
I
bro.
want to touch on the fact that both parents, mother and father, are very important, even if it's not biological, if it's just a figure that represents that. Since I was 12 years old, I haven't lived with either of my parents. So I grew up with my brother Tilo from Next, and going through a lot of, trial and error and learning to eventually love myself. In the beginning, we had to pretend to be grown, even when we weren't. So by the time I was grown, I was still a kid pretending to be grown, even though I was of age. And I would say challenged at a high level a lot of relationships with females, and strained a lot of relationships due to the fact that I lacked a lot of self-love because of my dad not being there, feeling the feeling of abandonment and feeling like, a level of insignificance. But at the same time, my mother was really abusive, really, brutal towards us. And some of the stuff that we experienced, we did unsung, and you can watch some of the story on unsung. But finding your way through all that and finally finding yourself, and meditation is key to really finding where it is that where you are, and finding where you want to go. Because without that, there's a lot of confusion in the world, a lot of distractions. And regardless of how many parents you had, or the great relationships, or any of that, if you have to know yourself to be able to enjoy any of this stuff. Because no matter how good it is, you'll destroy it if you're not in love with yourself. And people say, "Oh, you're self-centered, you're conceited, you're this and that." your answer to that should be thank you. Because if you're taking good care of yourself, you're happy. And if you're happy, all you have is happiness to share. So that's when you get to the next level of what we call nirvana or heaven right here on earth. You got to find it within yourself first and stop looking outside yourself to get it. So regardless of what your reasoning is, regardless of whether you had parents or a good relationship or your spouse or the person that you're with had a good life prior, you be the representation of self-love and happiness, and you will attract it. And if you attract something other than that, you can help them grow to that themselves.
That's real good stuff. And your mom probably was angry, which is why she took that anger or frustration from, your dad's situation out on you. Henry and Craig, I want to hear from you guys too.
You got these last two guys. They're so spiritual. They know how to. This is just amazing to me. How they just.
Henry, I thought you were spiritual.
I am, but mine don't come out like that. Mine come out different. Like
yours just come out rough.
Mine come out like on this side of Pico. You know what I'm saying? Like theirs come out like they were in Hollywood Hills.
Rodeo. Yours is on rodeo.
Like mine is just different. Like, but again, like I'm a believer in love, but it's funny because again, all my kids are in relationships right now. My sons, and like one of my sons kind of going through something a little different. My youngest son, because our kids don't see us argue and fight. Like they never really seen that stuff. So for them to be, and I'm not saying we never got mad at each other because we just get mad, but I had car keys. I could leave. You know what I'm saying? And I would leave and if I cursed her out, it was on the phone when I left. The kids didn't see this. They never saw us fuss and fight. Right. And so in their eyes, they're like, y'all just always got along great. So one of my sons kind of like having a problem right now. He can't understand because it's like a nag thing. And I saw all those things on there. You talk about freedom and relationships and again, for me, people talk about love. You gotta like somebody you with. Because you can love, because people, I see somebody say, I love you, and kill them. You ain't going to kill nobody you like. Because you want them there. Because you want them there.
Don't they say it's a thin line between love and hate?
Right, but what about like? If you like somebody, you don't want them to go nowhere. You want to be around them. You don't want them to leave. You don't, but if you can love somebody and still don't want to be there, or don't, so for me, it's about, love. You love yourself. You love other people, but you got to like people. Because I have 5 kids, and I treat them all different. I have a different relationship. So guess
different
what?
Personalities.
A couple of them I don't like, and they know it. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then one I like more, and they know it. Like but
that's just terrible.
I love them all the same, though. I love them all the same. All right. I will fight and die and kill for any of them, but I still like a couple of them better, and I don't like a couple of them, but. Still, you know what I'm saying?
I don't even want to deal with
but I love all of them.
Leah, do you hear this? Do you hear your husband?
She probably feel the same way. We could probably have a match to see.
Loves them all.
We love them all. I said we love them all.
Yeah.
I do love them all.
Oh, okay.
I will do anything. They all can have equal. I'll give equal.
Right. You just don't like them.
I don't like them all.
I feel you. All right. Craig, what is your take on all of this?
You want me to piggyback off of that?
You piggyback off of that. And then I want you to jump right into red flags. You guys mentioned someone mentioned red flags earlier. I want you to tell the women what is a red flag for you, each person. Just tell them what a red flag is for you after you piggyback real quick, because we're coming to the end of the show.
Okay, so as far as liking, I mean, like you said, I think like means that you're similar. You're at the same vibration, equally yoked. And I think that once people do establish a certain sense of understanding of who they are and they're able to relate in a relationship, then you have the connection that's necessary.
Yes, indeed. Give me one red flag to the ladies. Let the ladies know what a red flag is. One.
I guess just arguing to the point of nauseum.
We're
suffocating your freedom.
Okay.
That's what it is.
One real quick. We got 1 minute, you guys.
Red flag is a woman that will want to hurt my feelings if she's hurt.
Okay. All right, Henry.
A woman that don't got nothing to do.
You are crazy. I love it. All right, Prince Raphael.
A lack of self-love.
lack of self
self-love and self-appreciation. That's a turn on.
Okay. All right.
My red flag is lack of peace. Someone who's always seeking conflict. That's just trouble.
That's right. Jennifer, you got a red flag for the guys?
Oh, yes. Oh, for the guys. From the guy's perspective, I would say freedom. Freedom.
All
You have
right.
to give your guy freedom.
Okay.
And half of these guys are single and half of them are taking
That's
ladies.
right.
So,
All the married men, raise your hand.
so you have a 50-50 chance.
Raise your hand, married men.
I'm married.
You know what I mean?
I'm
You know
married.
what I
I'm
mean?
married.
You gonna get it. So the rest of them, yeah. Okay. All right. Congratulations. You know what? You all, thank you for joining us. This is Gospel Rhythms Man Talk Special Edition. We had Guy Williams, Prince Raphael, Henry Butler, Craig Davis, Nage. What's your last name, Nage? Navo, right. And of course, Miss Jennifer Lee, who helped us produce this. She has an amazing list here. And throughout the next 3 Sundays, we will be doing a Man Talk edition. We might even have some of these guys back if they want to come back and join us.
Definitely want to come back.
You coming back, Henry? Yay! He got some more to say. All right, we're going to talk about his 529 children.
And the ones he don't like.
Okay.
It might be 5:30 by the time he gets back.
Okay, right. All right, you guys, I'm Trisha Mann Grant. Ro Williams is in the house, and she'll be with us again next Sunday. We thank you. Thank you, Anthony Wanzer. Thank you, beautiful sister. Tell me your name one more time. Amelia, she said so. Amina's with us, and everyone else that was here, Thomas, and who else is here? We had another guy up here. Who else? I can't see. All right. Okay.
It was God, the Holy